Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beer Files. I'm Matt.
I'm Pat.
I'm Michan.
And today we are enjoying a beer from St. Arnold's Brewery out of Houston, Texas. It is their 2013 Pumpkinator. It is an Imperial Pumpkin Stout brewed with pumpkin and spices. And we were reading up on it a little bit before, and this was originally brewed back in 2009 as Divine Number 9, and since then has become Pumpkinator and has become one of their yearly releases.
And you have the Divine Number 9 in your collection.
I do have it sitting there for a special day at some point. But today we're going to crack open last year's release. It comes in at about 10%, so it's not a small guy.
I've been really excited for this one, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little while since the fall, and we've had our last set of pumpkin beer, so I feel like it's fun to revisit one at this point.
I could drink pumpkin beer all year.
I don't know that. I don't know
about this one, but I mean, I could drink some pumpkin.
I do get kind of tired of pumpkin beers, but I've heard great things about this, and just the fact that it's that big dark beer as opposed to a lot of those light ales that you come to expect with the pumpkin.
Right. I like when they go the stout direction with it. It's kind of fun.
Yep. So we're gonna crack this guy open and see what it's all about.
Yep.
All right, well, the beer's poured. I can smell it from here, and let's see what the nose is all about.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a big spice profile.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yep, your typical pumpkin pie spices.
Yeah, I get the
nutmeg, cinnamon.
Nutmeg, yeah, absolutely. Maybe a little bit of a ginger, maybe a little allspice in there.
Yeah, probably some allspice.
But it's got, what I like about it is that while it has a lot of those spices, it still has some of those dark beer characteristics.
Yeah, it's got a malty aroma also. Yep.
It's in the backbone.
Yeah.
But
almost like molasses.
Yep. Yeah.
See, and I'll be very pleased if this is nice too, because I've had a lot of pumpkin stouts that were subpar. So
I like the molasses comment. You definitely I smell this and I expect a little bit of viscous, on the when we get it in the in the flavor and whatnot in the mouthfeel.
It's really dark. It's just got like that halo of CO2 lacing a little bit, but
absolutely. And awesome. I know you commented when we poured that it seems pretty. It seems like after the pour it died down a little bit. I'm not seeing like a ton of bubbles or anything. It's definitely got good carbonation, but I'm not expecting it to dance too much.
No, it looked like it just fizzled out really quick once you poured it.
I'm hoping, I'll be honest, I'm hoping that the spices on the flavor are a little more subdued than the nose.
Yeah.
I feel like if I get the same thing.
I think the malt profile of the beer might kick in more.
From a 10% beer this dark, that's got to compete with a lot. So I think it'll do just fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Well, last time I checked, there's only one way to
tell.
Find out, right?
That's right.
All right, well, everybody, cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
I like the finish.
Pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
With some dark malt,
Yeah, there is breadiness to it.
Yeah, there's a pumpkin bready chocolate malt.
I love that finish though. Like it's really pumpkin pie spice up front, but it mellows out a little bit to that more of that darker beer.
Yeah. You get the drier chocolate malt finish. Yep, I agree.
It's almost like I get like pumpkin candy almost. Like it's got that sweetness to it still.
And then
I mean, I know there's not really anything that's pumpkin candy. I'm not saying like something I've eaten, but I mean it's got on the front end. It's got that sweetness that reminds me of like sucking on a hard candy to a degree a little bit.
It's sweet like halfway through the finish too, and then it dries out nicely with the roasted malts. That's really good.
Yeah.
I think that's the big kicker you're saying there, Pat. If this didn't dry out at the tail end, I think I'd have problems really drinking too much of it.
Cloying kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But because it does dry out and finish dry and clean.
Yeah.
Like it almost cleanses the palate just a little bit. You still taste the pumpkin and the spices and whatnot. They're lingering, but they're not overpowering.
Because you get that sweetness like in the flavor through like the middle of the finish, and then you get the dry chocolate malt finish. It's really nice.
The high carbonation definitely helps with that as well, because it's not, It's not a very creamy.
No.
No, it's
it
not.
almost sparkles.
It's much less viscous than I expected.
I went too far to call it spritzy off the bat, but it's a happy medium between like spritzy and flat.
Yeah.
It's still
it doesn't dance per se.
It's more than I would expect.
Yeah.
From a beer this dark.
It's got some bubbles.
It's well balanced.
There's a lot of middle ground on a lot of the things.
You get a little bit of alcohol, like in the finish. In the finish,
well, it's
yeah.
But
exactly.
I wouldn't classify it as like a big boozy beer.
No. There's none of those like offensive fusel alcohol notes in this, really.
I find a lot of this stuff to be middle ground. Yeah. Even the more I sip on it, it's the pumpkin flavors are still dominant. But the first sip I took, it was like pumpkin punch in the face. Now it's there, but it's much more palatable. It's much more balanced. The more sips I take.
I think the sweetness might be coming from like the crystal malts almost. I
get quite possibly the caramel and even
Was there brown sugar?
Brown sugar, caramel, molasses, all those things.
Maybe the brown sugar is aiding the sweetness, and then it dries it out a little bit too with that chocolate malt.
Whatever it is, it's it's a really interesting balance. I would drink if I was trying to stock up my collection for pumpkin beers for that time of year.
This would be one of them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I'd like a few of these sitting in the cellar for that time.
For sure.
And I love that it's dark too. I mean, you said that for that time of year, definitely. I mean, the fall just makes you think of dark.
Yeah, there's like an unbalanced ratio of the dark pumpkin beers to the light fizzy pumpkin beers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For the season especially, I want some dark stuff coming on at that time.
So Pat, why don't you get us started?
I was thinking a 4. I'm gonna stick with a 4. I think for this one. As pumpkin beers go, it's really exquisite, and the fact that it's a pumpkin stout that doesn't suck is another good reason.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, based on the last comment you made there, I'm trying to relate this to other pumpkin beers.
I was thinking like Cape Ann's pumpkin stout.
Yeah, so I mean, because we're not just doing this on the general scale of how good this beer is, but relating it to its cousins, I'm going to go up to a 4 1/4 with this.
Oh wow, okay.
It is one of the better pumpkin beers I've had, and it's really sophisticated for everything that's going on. So I'm going to give it a 4 1/4.
I'm glad you're there with me.
Yeah. I mean, we're right in the same ballpark. Absolutely.
How about you, Michan?
I'd go with a 4.
Yep.
It's a solid 4, and again, I also, not all pumpkin beers are created equal.
Oh,
this
is
definitely in the higher tier. So I'm going to go with a 4 on this.
Right on. Well, again, Pumpkinator, the 2013 release from St. Arnold's out of Houston, Texas. Had a couple things by these guys. They make really quality beer.
Great so far.
Not necessarily easy to get up here in New England, but when they show up on the doorstep, it's always a treat. Check it out if you get a chance at this year's release, or if you can get an older one. More power to you. On behalf of Michan and Pat, thanks for joining the Beer Files. We'll see you next time.
Cheers. Oh, no clink.
I don't like them.